Welcome to NGB News, the greatest business commentary channel on YouTube. And today is a little interesting because we are actually speaking about YouTube. Now, I'm sure you guys have all heard, but the CEO of YouTube, her name is Susan. I have no idea how to say the last name. Everybody just be like, yeah, Susan, you know what I'm saying? But Susan is actually stepping down from YouTube. I'm not sure why she's doing it. That's why we're going to get into this article and everything like that. But it's very interesting, and I know we all love YouTube here. I clearly like making YouTube videos, and you guys clearly love watching YouTube videos. We have a great symbolic relationship. Like, comment, subscribe, you feel me, and everything like that. But it's very interesting. A lot of people love Susan. Obviously, the platform, provides for a lot of people. It's built a great life for, hundreds of thousands of people, I would assume. And there are a lot of people that don't really agree with Susan. They don't really agree with YouTube censorship. I don't really have to deal with too many problems like that on this channel. Every now and then, I may have a little issue, but nothing too crazy. So I love Susan over here, but I do know of a lot of content creators that are demonetized, and they really cannot stand Susan and what YouTube stands for today. But I'm not going to hold you guys up, so let's go ahead and see why Susan stepped down and everything like that. What's going on with this crazy situation. All right, so the article says YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki. Y'all can correct me on that for sure. I'm going to just call her Susan from this point on because I don't know if I'm going to get that. It's like a J and a C. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it says she's stepping down now. Okay. Got a little cutie right there. But okay. Back to the topic, guys. Relax. All right. So it says YouTube CEO. Sorry about that. YouTube CEO Susan said Thursday that she's stepping down. Neil Mohan, Chief Product Officer, will take lead as Senior Vice President and the new head of YouTube. So now instead of Susan, we've got our boy Neil. Shout out to Neil out here. Clap it up for Neil, guys. Clap it up for Neil. Now, she said this. She said, today, after nearly 25 years here, I've decided to step back from my role as the head of YouTube and start a new chapter focused on my family, health, and personal projects I'm passionate about. And as you guys know, she's the CEO, or was the former CEO of YouTube. So I would be very interested to see what these projects that she's talking about. It could be something very interesting. You never know. She could go off and be the CEO, the CIO, the COO of somewhere else, And I do see that she said she wanted to focus on her family and her health. So it was probably a kind of situation where she was realizing, hey, I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been making a lot of money. I don't get to spend as much time with my family because let's be real here, being the CEO of YouTube has to be an extremely demanding job, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. And she said her health, so you never know, maybe there's something, there, and maybe it could even be something like stress. And she's just like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm old enough to where I can retire. I've made enough money where I can retire. Why don't I go and live life how it's supposed to be lived? Susan about to be on the yacht, y'all. Now, it says Susan, 54, joined YouTube as CEO in 2014. Now it says she will continue working with YouTube teams, coaching members, and meeting with creators. So that's good. So people are still going to get to interact with Susan. Now, it says she agreed with Alphabet CEO. As you guys know, Alphabet owns Google, and Google essentially, I believe, owns YouTube. Well, Google and YouTube, are associated. Like, Google search engine is essentially YouTube in itself. So it makes sense that, she works with this person. Sundar Pichai, I probably said that wrong too. In the later term, taking on an advisory role across Google and Alphabet. Okay, so she's going to be kind of taking on being an advisor for Google. She said, this will allow me to call on my different experiences over the years to offer counsel and guidance across Google and the portfolio of Alphabet companies. So this is really interesting. I think this is could be a good move for Susan. And think about it too. I mean, she's the CEO of YouTube, so there's not much bigger you can go than that. But Google and Alphabet are essentially above YouTube. So maybe Susan's trying to go even higher up the ladder, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. So shout out to her. She's definitely a boss babe, as you would call them, Now she said, The time is right for me, and I feel able to do this because we have an incredible leadership team in place at YouTube, she noted. When I joined YouTube 9 years ago, one of my first priorities was bringing in an incredible leadership team. So she's basically saying, YouTube's going to be good without me. I set the foundation. I brought in a bunch of good people, talented leadership role type of people, and they'll be able to maintain, and everything like that. Did my voice crack? Was that a voice crack, guys? Now it says Susan has held long ties to Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who she let work out of her Menlo Park, California home upon founding Google. Oh, wow. So that's really interesting. And that kind of lets us know a little bit about the history of Susan, her connection with Google, possibly how she was able to become the CEO of YouTube. She actually had a very personal connection with the founders of Google. Now it says Page and Brin rented the garage space for $1,700 a month from her. She was working in the marketing department at Intel at the time. Okay, well, so she was still doing her thing. She was still clearly working in tech. So, it just makes sense. Now it says in 2006, she advocated for the $1.65 billion with a B acquisition of YouTube. She joined Google in 1999 and oversaw the design and the build of Google's advertising, which we all know Google is like 90% advertising, guys. It's literally like 90%. If Google ads were to go out the window, Google would have nothing to do. In a video I made yesterday, I wasn't actually able to drop it due to sound concerns and everything like that. Hopefully this mic has kind of fixed that. If you guys noticed in my videos before, this is actually a different mic. Shout out to my friend Trayvon for lending me this mic. Essentially, Google, somebody was talking bad about Google who worked inside of the company, and he was essentially saying that behind the background, there's a lot that's not being done at Google, but it gets overshadowed by the profits that they make purely through ads. Now, let's continue. Now, it says in recent years, YouTube has expanded its physical footprint in areas like New York and near its headquarters in San Bruno, California. It says during her tenure, she oversaw the company's rapid expansion to become the largest video platform on the world. Yeah, Susan was there before YouTube was big. You guys know YouTube really essentially really grew, and probably, what would you guys say, like 2010 is really when it started getting crazy. I think people were really watching YouTube in like 2005, 2006, 2007 maybe, and that's when a lot of the real early, pioneers, used to be on YouTube and stuff like that, like Nigga Higa and everything like that. I know that sounds weird, but it's not what you guys think. But people like that really were in YouTube at like 2003, and everything like that. So she saw everything. Now it says YouTube now has more than 2.5 billion monthly active users, and over 500 hours of content are uploaded to the platform every minute, the company has said. And this is why you guys got to like, comment, subscribe. You see how competitive YouTube is? Think about that. 500 hours of content are uploaded to YouTube. Not a day, not an hour, a minute. That is insane. I did not know that. That is actually crazy. This is why this is why I got this channel. We can all learn something. Like, now you can go over, tell your friends, like, hey, did you guys know that 500 hours? You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, nerd. Let's continue though. Now it says the rapid growth became a challenge for the company to contain. Google and YouTube had to pay $170 million in 2019 to settle a case where the video platform allegedly violated children's privacy laws, which, I could see that, possibly being a thing. You got all these content creators out here that be literally like making money off of their children, like the Ace family, for instance. They post something like, my child almost died in a fire, and really it wasn't anything, and it was just a fake prank. Or videos where like there was that one mom that one time, remember, and she was like telling her, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but she was essentially telling her kid to cry. The kid's dog had died, and she literally was filming the kid crying as the kid was sad about the dog. And the kid was genuinely sad about the dog, and the mom was trying to get a thumbnail, and she was like, hey, wipe your eyes like this, like cry a little bit more, like, and the kid's like, Mom, like, I'm actually sad about this, like, You're worried about content. Content is never that serious, guys. It's really not. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. Let's see. Now it says Susan also came under fire for the 2020 elections and the C-19 pandemic as the platform struggled to contain misinformation and disinformation campaigns. That's why you guys know if you ever talk about C-19 on there's going to be a little blue banner. I already know. I done seen it too many times from my past videos that pops up and pretty much says this is where you go to the CDC to get your information and everything like that. Now, her blog post said that she spent nearly 15 years of her career working with Mohan, the new head of YouTube, so they know each other very well. He's very associated with YouTube, and I'm really interested to see what he's got to do, like if there's any changes he's going to make to the platform, you know, how YouTube is going to be going forward with a new CEO, a new person calling the shots, you feel me? When he came over to Google with the DoubleClick acquisition in 2007, and his role grew to become the senior vice president of display and video ads. So he's not new to this game at all. Now it says YouTube has faced pressure in recent years amid a rise of popularity of social media, namely TikTok, which it has been trying to compete with through its short form video platform Shorts. As we know, Shorts has been a great thing on YouTube. It's been great for YouTube. It really has helped them to kind of compete with TikTok, but Shorts really, we all know it, especially if you're a content creator, you know that Shorts is only there because TikTok was essentially blowing YouTube out of the water as far as, you know, people coming and watching the content. People were kind of tired of, I guess, the content I'm making right now, but longer form, more personal, you know, more informative kind of content. And you know, you got kids, you know what I'm saying, trying to they trying to get it, you know what I'm saying, they over here, they just trying to see some quick dance moves, or you know, some girl shaking her booty in front of the camera or something real quick, or you know, somebody doing something dumb within 10 seconds, because you know, let's keep it a stack. In 2023, everyone's attention span is pretty much shot. My attention span, I can't even help it, my attention span is dying by the day, you know. And I wish it wasn't like that, but hey, that's the world we live in now, you know? I'm not going to be one of those old men and be like, back in my day, it was all about long form content. It's okay. It's okay. Now it says YouTube booked 7.96 billion in advertising revenue during the fourth quarter. Jeez, that's a lot. But it fell short of analysts' expectations and was down 8% from the year prior. And, you know, that's not a good thing for YouTube. Obviously, that means that YouTube is obviously going to be a very profitable business. Like I said, they run off of Google search, the best search engine right now that we know of. But we can't say Bing and Microsoft with their new AI that they came out is trying to compete, and it's not looking good. And Google's stock price did go down a lot after their event kind of failed. But I mean, like I was saying with Google, this could be, you know what I'm saying, the top of the hill. I don't think it's going to be like that for YouTube. I think YouTube is really here to stay. But obviously, they have to innovate and they have to, you know, keep growing if they want to, you know, be a successful business. Even though they've been a successful, you know, conglomerate company, you know what I'm saying, throughout all of this time. So let me know what you guys think about this. How do you guys feel about Susan? Have you liked kind of the way that she's policed YouTube during the recent times? Or do you feel like she's been a little bit too harsh? Do you feel like she's been like a social justice warrior? I want to know what you guys think about Susan. And I want to know, what do you guys think this means for the future of the platform? Do you think we're going to take more of a, I would say, leftist approach where, you know, more things might be censored, you know, they may be so focused on their ads where, you know, you may not be able to say things like, you know, YouTube just implemented that policy about cursing. If you curse it, I think the first 10 seconds of the video, then it's instantly, I believe, like demonetized or something like that. And if you like say too many curse words throughout the video, then it may be demonetized. Whereas before, you know, 10 years ago, you could do it pretty much whatever you wanted to do on YouTube. It was a free reign out here. I wish it was back to those days, but hey, it is what it is, you know, in this type of era. So let me know what you guys think about this and everything like that. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. I got a new laptop. I'm about to start putting out tons of videos. Happy I got my audio a little bit better, a little bit back together and everything like that. So I'm going to be pumping them out. And if you'll take this ride with me, then I guess we going from Atlanta to California. I'm in Atlanta right now. I guess we taking a road trip if you take this ride with me. We getting street tacos in California. They're supposed to have good street tacos, but my homie Slick told me that they not that good though. They overrated. Just come to ATL and get these wings. We got the wings. We got the wings. But hey, jokes aside, you guys all have a great day. Be blessed, and you know what I'm saying? Stay on YouTube because big changes are made and it could be for the better.